Every fall, my friend Vicky makes this delicious pumpkin loaf and shares it with her friends. This is her recipe with a few changes, guaranteed to be the best pumpkin bread you have ever eaten. To make this pumpkin date loaf, you will need 1 cup of white sugar, 1 cup of brown sugar, 2 cups of canned pumpkin, 2 eggs, 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, 2 1/2 cups of flour, 1 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1 cup of chopped dates. To get started, you need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees and prepare your loaf pan. I like using parchment, but you can also grease a loaf pan. Your next step is to add your dry ingredients to your flour, baking soda, your salt, and your pumpkin pie spices. I'm just using a wire whisk, just kind of blend it all together. And then we're going to put this aside while we work with our wet ingredients. Well, I put our 2 eggs in our mixing bowl, and now I'm going to add 1 cup of white sugar, 1 cup of brown sugar, using a whisk. I'm going to just blend all this together. You don't need to use an electric mixer with this recipe, but you do need to be able to whisk vigorously. So your eggs and your sugar. Now I'm going to add our pumpkin. And continue whisking vigorously. And your final addition is your oil to your mixture. Once your wet ingredients are thoroughly combined, you just want to start whisking in your dry ingredients. I did just change from a whisk to a wooden spoon to incorporate this flour mixture. The whisk was making the flour fly all over. This is working very nicely. And then just beat well with your wooden spoon. And your final addition, your cup of chopped dates. And now this batter will be ready to be poured into our prepared loaf pan and baked in a 350-degree oven for 50 to 55 minutes. And just spread your batter evenly in your loaf pan. This does make a large loaf. This pumpkin loaf freezes well and is great to bake in small aluminum pans to give to friends. This is an easy to make, always delicious pumpkin loaf. It can be made with or without nuts. I prefer the flavor and texture without the nuts. Whatever your preference, this recipe is sure to become a seasonal family favorite.